don't care how long it takes for you to actually arrive. And there's a small matter of they always want support, but too bad for them. There's also Edinburgh, but Edinburgh... Oh, they finally built a shipyard. Excellent. Well, I think it's cog o'clock. Edinburgh is starving, which is hilarious. It's going to make good stuff for us if we want to build up there. And we're going to want to build up there. So really, everywhere I go, I just say I want lots of cogs. I want lots of money to be able to afford these cogs, but when time is just passing by, I can use my elf eyes to study the map here. I can also... I'm wearing the right glasses, good. Can't you get bigger boats? You can research them, but it'll take a while to actually get the means to research them. And it's nice to see the money situation just take care of itself, somewhat. I never told Thagnus to get his scrawny butt back over, though. Wood was very much in demand, so let's get back to Riga. So I made all these guys over here very happy. Are they happy enough to actually sell me anything? No, it seems not. Probably because you need a better rank for that. However, salt is apparently very much in demand, so I'm going to take that. And you better believe I'm producing salt. Do I already have salt production? Not that I can see, but it needs to go somewhere. Salt is something I'm actually interested in producing a fair chunk of, so... These ones I'm actually going to keep around. They'll be built very soon and I'll get loads of money for it. Really, finishing the missions is a great way to make buckets of ducats. Then there's Riga, who sadly don't want us to do anything like that. As a councilman I can actually appeal to improve some stuff, and I wouldn't mind a university if it means we can use 26 grand. Well, I'm kind of keen to actually show what it is, so... If they want... I'll help them along by 20,000. There you go. Ah, hell, it's only 6 more. Goodbye, money. That was only half of a cog. Oh, right, loads of money's back. And did they find somewhere? I'm guessing not, because they still have all these goodies. I am extremely disappointed in them. How can they not find somewhere? And now, disgustingly... Werner Erschard was able to discover Istanbul, so we're going to take one more stab at finding Genoa here. Go for it. It's a shame not being the one to discover it. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's still a pride thing. And I occasionally have some pride. Decent money to be made here. Riga seems to really be hurting for lack of a lot of stuff, really. What am I gonna do about that? I want to build in Riga. I want to build hard in Riga. Loads of cheese is the main thing that I want out of this place. But I also need buildings, or else my competitor is just going to eat them all up. So how am I going to deal with that? The trouble is, houses cost tons of dosh, and I don't have tons of dosh right now, so what'll I do? What will I do? I'm going to dump all my goods here, out of the convoy. I'm going to turn to houses, and I'm just going to take all the prime real estate. It's better to have your houses closer to the center. Why are building materials required? Riga has tons of building materials. It's unusual, normally it takes them straight away. Oh well, let's not worry about the small stuff, let's just build loads of houses so that my competitors can't do anything about it. And yes, I want to lure their tenants away. I didn't take them from stock at all. Give it a day and it should, there we go. Now they don't need so much. Hell, they don't need any. I can sell what I have into the market. Once again, I'm going to tell my my administrator to do the selling according to plan. Where's my administrator? There they are. I need to hire them, and I could tell them to do the same thing again, but what I could do is go to Bergen. Always got to check for increased production missions. And this sale of things, I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to hop over to Riga. I'm going to lose quite a counting house again, and I'm going to load it. And there we go, they're going to sell to the same way that I want it to. But it ensures that we keep plenty here. Same for the cheese, good to keep our home actually stocked. Maximum security, very important, otherwise your competitor will just screw you over in horrible ways. Jake, go fund projects in all your home cities. This is you only have one home city. I know what you mean though, places that I have set up. Still though, I'm not made of dosh, and I'm trying to make loads of what? Try to remember your words, Jake. Trying to make loads of money and loads of cogs. Scotland is probably begging for help here. Support us, bring us meat. Take our loan. You know, they want the population to double. It's a lucrative one if the population is dying, but... Oh, I saw that. Not bad. That stuff, Bergen is going to want all of it. Except maybe the wood. So we'll stop by Malma and give them the wood. Here you go. Couple thousand ducats. Not going to sniff at that. So, as ever, the SS Golden Horde has stopped in by this place, and that's ever a good reason to order a cog. Maybe even, well no, I need my cogs up and running fast, so essentially anywhere I can, I'm just going to say build me cogs, please. Why cogs instead of the other things? Well, they have the highest capacity. Just anywhere, please sell me cogs. Guess they're not really selling me jack, it's just commissioning. But that's good enough for me. Around here is one of the better places because these guys all tend to get fairly well supplied. And there we go. Also, there's a trainer here. Another piece of treasure map, so thanks for that. The trainer trades in trade, so unfortunately I'm not interested in that right now. I am interested in getting some treasure though. And we know where it is. Well guys, do any of you recognize where this could possibly be? Alright, well we'll take another look at the map there. And another look at our treasure map. Where is this? Where could it be? Wherever it is, we're going to go there and get our treasure. And Boaty McBoatface, well, they're right there for it. But I'd rather do it with the Thagnus, because he has the capacity just in case it's goods. I doubt it's goods. I'm not sure if it even can be goods, but just in case. So again, I can't really afford to waste all my cheese by throwing it there, so I'm going to throw it into stock and pick up these goodies. Now I'm starting to really overproduce on wood and brick, so I really want my cogs to be ready so I can ship that stuff away and start making decent money of it instead of having it clog up my storage here. Nonetheless, Riga is pretty lacking in wood, and even though it produces clay, I don't get a whole lot of it. So the Thagnus gets loaded up once more. He deserves more wood than anything else there. And well, you know what I can do is drop off a lot of the wood on the way because I want to get that treasure, and I think a fair few of these places are going to want brick and wood. Helps them grow, and that, as it happens, helps me grow. Nobody's seeing any pirates? I hope not, because pirates are the biggest pain in the bum in this game. Rox is 97. Huh, does that mean you are 20 years old? Jeez, that's scary. They suspect it's near Stettin. Let's give it a peek. After I stop by a Rostock as well, but no, they're not starving for our wood, so I'm not caring too much about it. And our prize is 339,000 ducats. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad at all. And I see that. I very much see that. SS West London, grab that for me. New treasure map is ours. We just finished one and we got this one. That's excellent. Oh, goodbye that. Wonder what it could be. So it's just our hunters that are waiting, and Thagnus can get back to what he does best. Oh wow! Now the wonderful thing about having loads of these individual ships sailing around is you uncover these things a lot more often. I mean, 40 Flotsam isn't amazing. It's salt. We actually produce salt there, but Danzig doesn't have salt. So we'll just drop it off in Danzig for some free money. Car to the just take it. It's the pirates I'm a little more worried about right now. And these guys really, really like having tons of clay, don't they? Well, I'll just drop it off in the warehouses. They can deal with it. So I built loads of houses. The housing capacity is really low here. What I want are loads of businesses. Now cheese only costs 20.40 when it comes to building materials. So again, I can just spam the market here. Chunk. And I can buy like plenty of them, maybe 15 or so of them. So dairies. These are one of the more frustrating things to actually build. Why did I not immediately take it from the market though? That's very strange. They're meant to. So I've been known for my cheesy strategies in the past. Quite a lot of that is very much in the past, but there we go. That's some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. That's good. I mean, I don't even think I have enough wood to deal with it all right now. But what I can do is, you know, I can just stuff this stuff in storage, and we'll automatically sell it as and when we need it. Which makes me think I probably shouldn't store 50 for myself. I'm probably going to need all of that, to be honest. And I got plenty of clay. Alright, Thagnus, get back to it. And since I have tons of dosh right now, I'm going to do my usual and go around and order more cogs. Because what would a macro builder be to this game? It would be casualization. Nobody would want it. Bloody Gaspar Gomez is ordering up all the cogs around here. Can't be having that. I need them for me. Thagnus is on his way, right? Good. Even though Bremen's up a river, it still allows us to make cogs. Now there is the river cog in the game, which acts like a regular cog, except it can also go up the rivers. Kinda handy, especially for dealing with places such as bloody Novgorod. Jake, you're making clay pits. Yes, I am. At least these ones don't... Oh wait, I built clay pits and not anything else. That's kind of funny in its own way. How did I manage to do that? No, really, how did I manage to do that? Well, on the plus side, I get my money back for doing this. On the very not plus side, you see these roads that are already made? They can be really difficult to actually fit buildings back into. So I may have done a bad thing here. Alright. Hope this works. I need to very delicately put these things back in. Because all the buildings that you build like this, they hug the roads. And as city building simulations go, this game's pretty ass. There we go. Just as planned. So our local lord is happy. He wants money. He's a real piece of work, isn't he? Not sure I want to make him that much happier. Alright, so Thorn is here, right? Once we have a boat that's actually there to go and deal with them, I can grab that extra layer that we now have made, and I can build myself a new convoy. And this is going to be, I'll just call it Worm. We don't already have a worm, do we? Then I'd feel daft. And you're going to have a new route. It's just going to be Bergen to... I actually don't like that. Creer should not be dealing with this. But I'm not producing enough cheese yet. But I will soon. Yes. Yeah, very soon I'll have lots of cheese and I can have it thrown around here. Okay, your new trade route, for now, is what exactly? I have no idea. This is hopefully one of the last times I make someone on auto trade. Get to it. At least it'll level you up. So I should have some half decent captains by now. See, someone naturally made their way up to three maneuver. It's not maneuver, it's navigation. The I Love Riga is doing a nice balanced build here. Loan Shark is extremely good at doing negotiations. Means they're quite quick going in and out of any city that they visit. Excuse me, I'm just getting all choked up with emotion. This game is too riveting for words. Nice one, did not clamor for it. Well, if only people were a bit faster with good names. I think I saw Rome 2 passing there. Thankfully though, I'm not seeing any pirates hanging around. Although that's for good and bad, because you can beat up pirates and take their ships, which is rather nice. So my storage is actually getting pretty loaded here with all these goods. And my convoy just doesn't have the capacity that I need it to have right now. The whole back and forth with Riga thing can only take us so far. Riga is apparently lacking in the wood right now. I wonder why they're hurting so bad for it. $400 wood, 780 clay. Well, taking that away, it's more like 200 clay. Still, they're making their voice heard. They need lots of wood. Thagnus is on the case. I need a lot more boats so I don't have to keep doing this manual escapade. And would you look at that, Bergen has a boat for me just like that. So take my wood, take it all. And then the rest can just throw into storage because I can deal with that however they see fit. And the cheese I actually want to pile up right now. Bergen may want wheat, but at least they're surviving. Their population is going up rather nicely though. This guy's satisfaction is going down very quickly though. It's very unpleasant the way that happens. So I'm missing raw materials, most likely for what exactly? Yeah, my stock farms are lacking in salt. And we don't actually produce enough salt. How much salt does one need for some meat? You consume 1.9 per day. You guys produce 0.9 per day, but you barely have any workers here. So what I can do is I can push the workers out of the salty farm, out of the stock farm itself, and then they should go into the salter there. So now we produce plenty of salt. Stock farm will produce its everything, and things will be glad. And Worm is throwing bits this way because he's so happy to be a boat, I guess. Not even a captain, just a boat. I wish you could rename the captains. Oh, the SS Loads of Money is back, and they still did not discover a place. I don't even know how they managed to fail me so hard. So once again, I'm going to have to tell them just to repair up, and then maybe we should just try for a different place. I'm shocked that they couldn't find it. I guess they're just really terrible at what they do. So do I have any other boats lying in wait? No, it's just Bergen. Alright, SS, loads of money. I don't know how you could miss it after doing all these places. However, we now have Cartagena and Istanbul. None of them provide cloth, but at least they buy different things. So my question is, where else should we check out? Because I really want to have at least something to my name here. I'm not a fussy guy. I'll take the first reasonable suggestion that comes in. Rome beckons, Jake. Alright, I mean, we don't have a lot of luck finding these Italians. But we'll try... Does that seem right for Rome? Maybe that's a little too close to Naples. There we go, does that seem about right? You know, how could that possibly go wrong? Go and find it, SS, loads of money. Oh, you've learnt how to repair pretty well. I guess you got something going for you. Alright, the mighty Thag. It's time to start automating our wood, because we are producing loads of it. Oh ho, mead! I think they're complaining that somebody tore down the mead factory last time. Well, they are mead breweries. I'm going to have to double check that every time for a while now. That's free money. But I'm also going to want cogs here more or less constantly. It's a well enough supplied city that I should always have the goods that I need to produce more boats there. But the point for the Thagness here is that we still need to get rid of this wood. So I'm actually going to break the Thagness up just a little bit, as then I'm going to throw away these two cogs. And now we're going to get some convoys, which means I need names for them. Before I have names, I'm going to make the trade routes though. So for one, I want you to supply Edinburgh, who... Man, they produce wood. They shouldn't need stuff, but... Wood and clay... Essentially, you shouldn't need to do much on this, but... You start in Bergen, and you get some wood and some clay. Now, first we load, and we always load from our own stock. And I'm gonna load 100 wood and 400 clay. Seem fair? When I reach Edinburgh, I'm going to unload everything I can for a decent price. When I go to London, I'm going to do the same thing. When I get back to Bergen, I'm also going to unload everything to stock. So I'm going to get everything off the boat, and then I'm going to take 100 and 400, because what happens if I don't do this is they'll take it from the start. I load up 100 wood and 400 brick. I go to Edinburgh, and I sell 50 wood and 300 brick. And then I go to London, I sell no wood, and I sell the rest of my brick. And I go back to Bergen. And I currently have 50 wood and no brick. And the logic goes, okay, I'm going to take on 100 wood. I now have 150 wood. And I'm like, I'll take on 400 brick. Oh, I only have space for 500 goods. Then I set sail with 350 brick. The same thing happens a few times, but before I know it, I have a boat that only has wood, which is not what I'm looking for. Which is why it's important at the start to unload everything when you're dealing with your own stockpiles. So he's going to go and do that. We're going to get that name that someone gave. I'm not really seeing any games here, except somebody is saying 1453 best year, so that's going to be our boat there. And you're going to get to work on it. I'm going to... Yeah, you are doing that. I'm going to build similar tradey things for you. You know, it would be so much easier if I saved you and I call you wood from Berrien. And that way I can load wood from Berrien. And all I have to do is say that you're going to these places instead. Because none of them seem to produce, well, you produce wooden bricks, so you can go and screw yourself, as they say. And then I put Edinburgh towards the end. No, actually I don't put Edinburgh towards the end. We keep Edinburgh here, because then I can tell Growing Again to copy the same settings from before. And everybody's just going to enjoy those woods and those bricks. So Edinburgh gets thrown to the end and actually removed. But I also want to load these things equally, so it's going to be 250, 250, because we have a capacity of 500. I'm not even all that convinced that that's going to be enough, so what I'm also going to do, this is a 10-day route, that's extremely convenient, because I can go to Growing Again and I say, I'm going to say I wish I had a boat here. Do we have anybody visiting? Okay, Hamburg then. In 10 days, how much do you use of this stuff? Oh, well, in 10 days we eat 96 wood and 52 brick. Okay, fair enough. And since you are about 2,000, Berman's also about 2,000, Groningen's also 2,000, I'm probably not going to have enough wood to fulfill the demand here. But it means we'll always be selling everything, so that's good in itself. So I want you to activate. And the name we have for this one is... I'm not seeing anything, but I'm not seeing anything good. I guess you guys just suck with names, or I suck at reading. No, you're just bad. Birazak says, I've always played Patrician 3. I can't get used to any of the newer ones. How does this fare against Patrician 3 in your opinion? Pros and cons. Couldn't tell you. I never played Patrician 3. To be honest, Jacob would have sent them to Constantinople, so you could find disgusting blurple and one-shot them. Alright, I'm seeing the name Instant Bool. I'll go with that. Get to work. On route, well, it's not route 66, but it's good enough. And I only have one more cog to do it with, so once again I'm going to load the wood from Bergen. Load route 27, what? No, load this. Okay, sure. Still need to edit it, and I need to throw you guys over to other places that don't really produce much wood and brick of their own. So once again, do it, and do it some more. Edinburgh's going to be shifted to the end and removed, and I want this once again equal. So get to work, and we'll watch them for a bit, because hopefully it's going to work properly. North Kingdom needs wood. No, you don't. I am the Wood Lord. So these guys over here, the Utcast, who I didn't give a good name to. Seems that Worm's the one with all the names. Do we always have already have a driftwood? No, we don't, but we're getting one. Driftwood. Means I should probably call it one of these deadwood. So 1453 with its 100 wood and 400 brick. I've already gone over, and they didn't sell a lot of brick to the Scots, but they are starving rather than lacking in brick, so that's their own thing. I didn't tell the other guys to get to work, did I? No, I did. I just can't see them very well. Make boaty faces on the go. So wow, Oslo actually took almost everything that we had there. So that's a thing. There we go. So we're going to make more money off of this wood, and we're hopefully not going to end up drowning in all the wood that we have here.